Hi guys, this is Nikki K and welcome to another video. Now this video is going to be the Scorpio New Moon part 2. I say part 2 because I have done this video already and for some reason when I tried to upload it, it didn't upload. In fact, it completely disappeared. So let's try this again. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about this Scorpion New Moon, which is happening the 4th of November. London time, 9 in the night, 14 p.m. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I see for this, and also then I'll be pulling out some moon cards for all the signs. And before even that, I'll be pulling out some general cards, the energies that we can work with, and then I'll be pulling out some moon cards. So with this Scorpio New Moon, you know, whenever every year when we have a new Scorpio New Moon, the energies are completely different. The planet messages are completely different as well. Now for this one, we have the main one is Uranus is involved. Uranus actually opposes the Scorpio New Moon. And what this does, it just brings like different changes that we least expect, sudden changes, burst of energy. They can also feel like this huge electricity that is coming up for all of us. Some of this can feel very uncomfortable because remember, this is fixed energy. You know, Uranus is very uncomfortable. Taurus is very uncomfortable with Uranus being in its sign. But nevertheless, it is a time of sudden changes. So with this Scorpio New Moon, there is going to be all the themes of Scorpio is going to be involved when it comes to, like, you know, our hearts and minds are going to be more intense, more deep. We want to see things that are not seen. We want to, this is a time of unearthing. This is a time of, you know, transformation, rebirth. It's a darker time now. The weather's changing. You know, the clocks, especially in London, are now going back. You know, things just get a bit more, things just get very much more intense. And, you know, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, things can seem quite dark. So, you know, this is a time during this new moon in Scorpio for us to really work on transforming ourselves, transforming any deep emotions that actually come up, even if they feel really uncomfortable, you know, whether it's speaking to, you know, friends, you know, doing group work, doing some occult work, or even, you know, doing psychological work with a psychiatrist with a, you know, a therapist. It could be a psychiatrist as well, but also being with that 8th house realm. This is a time that we're going to be very intense when it comes to, you know, themes when it comes to like joint finances, our sex life, and also, you know, getting like to the nitty-gritty of things. Okay. And, you know, also there could be lots of conversations and talks when it comes to like shared resources and inheritances. But I do feel, especially the new moon is a time of new beginnings, as always. And this new moon in Scorpio, obviously we have two more weeks. We have the lunar eclipse, which is going to be in Taurus, which is going to really shake things up. But when we're talking about Uranus with this, you know, with Uranus, because we have like Saturn's involved as well, you know, so Saturn is squaring the moon. And obviously it can be very, you know, when something squares something, it feels really harsh. It feels like, why must I do this again? Saturn is just a taskmaster. And it's just about it. This will give us more energy for us to really learn from any past mistakes, really learn from what we are actually going through. We could find ourselves, you know, especially on a deep personal level, feeling quite lonely, feeling quite no one really understands us, feeling like we have to really work on our relationships, really have to work on any of these Scorpion themes. But, you know, there is a transformative time, but, you know, we have to go through like this coldness in order to see the light. So, you know, there can be, you know, like, you know, it's you or like your partner or people that are close to you, there can be like an emotional reluctance to actually reveal your feelings. But it's only because, you know, there may not be trust that's involved. but also it may be a case of, I don't really want to deal with this now. I just want to just get on with my job and responsibilities. I just want to do what I need to do. But it's very necessary during these squares to Saturn that we just really come out of ourselves and, you know, try to make each other, you know, try to understand each other, where each other is coming from. So it can feel very, you know, really quite tiresome, quite harsh during this time with Saturn involved, you know. And, you know, with the opposition, which is a major thing to Uranus, it, you know, the changes that can come, it could really make a lot of us feel that, you know, we don't know whether we're coming or going. We could be having this plan on how things should be, how things should actually look, and then things just get drawn underneath us, and it's really quick, it's really sudden. This can cause a lot of like nervous tension. You know, Scorpio, it does also rule like paranoia. It also rules, you know, there can be some manipulation that's involved. So when we see like the dark side of shadow coming up of Scorpio, it's because it's about control. And what Uranus actually does during this time is making the control sort of lessen. What Uranus is actually shown with this opposition to Taurus is that, you know, there's nothing bad with trying to control things, but we have to try and be as open as we can. And if anything does come up, we are going to have to know how to deal with it, because it can happen many times. Okay, so that's what I feel that could actually happen. And even on a general sense as well, there's going to be things pulled up. There's going to be a rug being pulled up from a lot of us. And what Uranus also showing during this new moon is, you know, there can be some backtracking going on. There can be a lot of backtracking going on because, you know, Taurus and Scorpio are very controlling signs. And if you, another thing about control is that you try to control an outcome, the outcome can be very different. Okay, so you may have to go back to the drawing board and sort of correct things. Whenever things happen to us that changes very quickly, it's because you need to go back and to correct it. You can't try to, when it comes to like an outcome, you can't try to force an outcome on anyone or even yourself, because things actually change. So that's one of the reasons why we may feel very uncomfortable under this. But, you know, this is about transforming, and this will definitely help us transform ourselves. The one good thing about this is that we have, you know, it does trine the Neptune, like the moon does trine Neptune, and this will make, you know, even though we are going to be having this Saturn involved, so there's like this sort of like, you know, cold, hard responsibility that's involved. We really have to work on ourselves. Then we have Uranus, which is switching things up. But also another thing with Uranus is actually showing us that, you know, if we do like work with the changes that are happening, we can really not only transform, but we can really, you know, think, you know, when we things that are going to be outside the box. And some of us could also feel that during this time that there was things that we actually wanted to change within ourselves emotionally, and it just happened. It just so happened that it happened so quickly. With Neptune being there, Neptune can give us more compassion to ourselves emotionally, especially when we're setting intentions. It could also give us more, you know, this also seems like there's more of a deep emotional, psychics, deep emotional psychic awareness that's going to be going on, and also around the world. Some of us could also see during this time that we can see things before they actually happen. And we may or may not say it. If we don't say it, obviously, because we don't want to be ostracized. But, you know, if put it this way, if you see things before it doesn't happen, like, you know, you get flashes of insight, basically. There can be flashes of insight. So, you know, obviously speak to someone that you actually trust, you know. Some people, as we know, especially this year, they're not actually ready for what's actually going on. They just want to gloss over and talk about celebrities. So it's very, so I will say that is you know, speak to someone that you trust, especially in your dreams. You start seeing flashes and you start seeing these psychic leanings happening as well. But also with Neptune being involved, even though it's actually really nice trine, it is also, Neptune is about delusions as well. So there may be things that we see that may or may not be true. Okay, so just be aware of that. But still, it's actually going to be helping us emotionally. It's going to actually help us emote ourselves. It's going to actually bring a softness to us. This can also bring a lovely time to be doing something creative. This new moon is quite highly creative. A lot of the energies are in a creative angle, should I say. So it's a lot of like leanings towards like children, lots of, you know, birthing new ideas, lots of, you know, having fun with your partners. If you have children as well, there could be some new beginnings happening with children. There can also be, you know, like things to do with motherhood, but also birthing creative ideas. And also, you know, wanting to look your best as well, you know. So Neptune could also give you that insight to do it. And also on a spiritual sense, Neptune, you know, if things just get a bit too much with the other energies, it's great to be doing some, you know, spiritual work like meditation, you know, going to like a guru, and, you know, some people may go back to church and really want to get in touch with their spirituality, and also doing some creative work as well. So it does but it does give it this nice leaning, especially when Neptune is involved. Okay, so guys, that was a little bit about the moon, the new moon in Scorpio. You know, but obviously another thing with this new moon in Scorpio, just, you know, just watch out for things coming out of the blue as well. There can be a lot of strange things that come out of the blue. There can be a lot of things, because, you know, another thing with Scorpio is that it does also, it unearths things that need to be unearthed. It also does bring out things that, you know, especially if you've been working with the dark side of Scorpio, that could also be exposed. You know, whenever Scorpion is involved in any sense, you know, people start to get quite scared. And I think you can only, not all the time, but I think if you're in a position of power, for instance, and things come out, it's because it will need to be exposed, especially if you've been abusing power in any way. And that could just be bullying at work, manipulation, and, you know, you guys know the craziness. But these things actually be exposed, especially in the month of November. And, you know, look where Scorpio is in your chart. You know, look where Taurus is in your chart as well, because there's an opposition to, you know, there's Taurus is obviously involved as well. Also, I will say, you know, yeah, look where Scorpio, look where Taurus is, because Taurus is, could, you know, because of Uranus energy, it could give you that sort of grounding, and it can also see where you need to change anything in your life. And yes, that's what I like to say. And after dinner, there's some cards that I've picked out, guys. This is a mixture. Well, it's a mixture. This oracle message, but also a sun sign or a planet message. So the first message we have is abundance from the oracle. And abundance is about abundance in everything that we want. There can be a lot of wishes. A lot of us, you know, there's a lot of crazy energy happening around the world. So a lot of us could be wishing for like abundance, and abundance doesn't necessarily mean just money. It means like abundance in everything, you know, having a bit of a peaceful life and having a bit more, you know, yes, you know, abundance, like I said, it's not necessarily money, but it could be money as well. It could be abundance in love. It could also be abundance in health and, you know, wellness. This also could be a time that we're going to get more treating ourselves a bit more nicer as well. You know, when this card is such a lovely card, abundance card, and it's also time to get a bit more grounded as much as we can, because it may not be as easy. The second card that we have is Virgo. Now, Virgo is, you know, it's a purity sign. You know, the archetype is purity. So the message of Virgo is about, you know, trying to, you know, it's about, you know, try to be grounded but working hard. There can be some mental stress that actually comes during this time, but we have to channel it in a way that's quite healthy. So, you know, health and wellness, you know, are sticking to like a routine could definitely can definitely help us. But also knowing, remember Virgo is mutable, but also knowing that our routines can change at any time as well. So we have to try and go with the change. And obviously, you know, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and Virgos in general doesn't do very well with change, even though it appears that it does. That's why they get very anxious. They get very prone to worry. So some of these energies could actually come up because changes are going to be happening to us. So sticking to like a routine would definitely help. You know, lots of breathing, lots of like trying to eat as much healthy food as you can, you know, looking after yourself, also having alone time as well. So Virgo's here to ground. Okay. The last card that we have for this is the Union card. And this is about coming together with yourself, coming together with people, coming together in relationship, and also coming together in your family. This can also help in another grounding way when you're in union, when you're in sync with what is going on. It's about opening your eyes and not closing your eyes. You know, once you're in union, it's all about balance. So we'll be seeking a lot of balance during this time. Okay. So that was the general message for us. Now I'm going to be doing the tarot cards for all the signs. Okay. So obviously let's start off with Scorpio. Okay. So Scorpio, this is in your first house, okay, and Uranus is in there in your seventh house. It's going to be, there's going to be lots of changes when it comes to like your relationships. I feel some of you Scorpions during this time are really ready to sort of like rock and roll. You want, this is a time of new beginnings for you, beginnings within yourself. So between now and the next 6 months, there's going to be some changes that happened, and I feel some of you have it in your minds that this is how things are going to be. But know that there may be a lot of call towards your personal and professional relationships. There could also be changes when it comes to like a job and business contracts as well. So that's one of the, and it could cause you a little bit of a headache because, you know, you have things that are actually set in stone. But nevertheless, you know, I feel that one of the good things during this time would be for you to get, you know, more in tune when it comes to like your friendships as well. Some of you may actually even have new friendships that come along this way too. The moon card you have is a romantic cycle begins, and it's a new moon in Libra card. You couldn't really make this up. So, you know, a new romantic cycle begins. You know, even though it's a Libra card, it could be in anything as well. And also because this is in your seventh house as well, if things are quite rough in your relationship or even business or personal, there's a new cycle that's beginning. But there are going to be changes that happened. In order for things to be new, there has to be transformation, there has to be changes. So just look out to see, you know, even if you have like a feeling that change is actually happening, try to go with it. If you resist it, it's going to be pushed on you even more. Sagittarius, this is in your 12th house, okay? And you have energies when it comes to like your routines. So what this actually does for you, Sagittarius, is, you know, there's going to be lots of changes, like, you know, because the 12th house is a house of solitude, undoing. Some of you may be feeling very tired. There could be issues that come up within a job. There could be lots of changes that come up. And also this could be physical as well. So some of you may not be feeling as, you know, physically active, you know, so this is a great time to be drinking, you know, lots of like soups, you know, eating more vegetables just to help boost your because Uranus being there is actually going to give you, it's actually showing you that you need to take care of yourself a bit more, or is showing you that, you know, in order for you to boost yourself, this is what you have to do. And also with the 12th house action being involved, this is going to be really, you know, it's more of a spiritual time. So, you know, listen out for what's going on in your dreams. They'll be telling you a lot of stories. They'll be giving you also inspiration. And this is also really good for a lot of you to be switching up something within your daily routines as well. But, you know, listen out for anything that happens, changes within the job. You have faith in your dreams. Okay, it's a waxing crescent moon. So there's, you know, some of you, you know, with something being in your 12th house, you know, some of you may be daydreaming a lot more now. You know, the 12th house is ruled by Pisces, who you tend to get on very well with. So, you know, even when you're resting or sleeping, there could be some underlying or hidden dreams that you guys actually, that will come up now. So have faith in them. You know, this could bring you more happiness as well, and it could bring more wealth and more better health. So listen out for your dreams. Capricorn, this is in your 11th house, okay? And you have, you know, 11th and 5th house action. This is actually really nice for you Capricorns. This is great for, you know, this is about, you know, when setting intentions for like your new goals and friendships, groups and organizations. You know, there's going to be a lot, there can be some changes when it comes to like your having fun, your creativity, your self-expression. Okay, there may be something that comes up with if you have children as well. So something sudden could actually come up with these themes. But also some of you may be actually looking forward to these changes that happen. And if you are a bit stuck, or, you know, set intentions for like new, you know, newness to happen, set intentions to get more creative. And if you've been putting it at the back burner, if you've been concentrating on too much work. And also, you know, especially when it comes to like your personal relationships as well, you know, they may be, some of you may need to look at that a lot more too. You know, maybe calling for you to look at more too. So you have New Moon in Pisces card, meditate and contemplate. So this is actually really nice for you, you know, for you to, you know, when you get time alone, really think about where you would like, how you would like to pursue your goals, what you would like, who you would like in your friendship zone, who you would also like in your life. Some of you are single, and some of you may be thinking about, you know, if you've got children, how you would like them to, you know, what type of, what skills that they have, or what, you know, some of your children could be telling you things, you'll think, let me think about this, and you could see that it could actually benefit your kids and or maybe benefit the whole family as well. So it's a great time to really dream about what you would like on a definitely creative level. Aquarius, this is in your 10th house, okay? So this is a lot to do with, you know, your status, your job, bosses, how you're shining in this world. And, you know, this is great. If some of you are actually looking to change a job, this is actually a great time to be doing this. And also, this is also really great for a lot of you to, you know, think about what it means for like your family. There could be some changes that happens in the family home. There could be something that comes up, you know, like a hidden secret that comes up that you didn't know about. You could be revealing something as well about yourself. Something could be within the home, like, you know, sudden changes. Could also be like moving. You know, remember Uranus is about electricity. You're ruled by Uranus. So there might be things that you need to fix in the home, something to do with electricity. But also, this is for the long run as well. Okay, so you may not have as much as a hard time with this, but also there are changes happening within your job that you have to be really mindful of. And, you know, and it's also, this is, I feel some of you Aquarians, is also really great for you to be looking at your, you know, just looking at like your routines in some way, how your routines are helping you. Also setting out maybe like a plan of how you could, you know, when it comes to like your eating habits, or even when it comes to your, you know, your work habits as well. Are they hindering you in some way? So that's something for you to look at too. And you have void of course moon. Nothing will come out of this situation. So if you try, this is actually basically saying, Aquarius, if you try to hold on to an old way or if you know you've got a fixed way of how things should be, nothing will come out of the situation. There's changes that are actually coming and changing things up. And it's also, this card is saying about listening is going to be very important. Listen to the changes that happen. Don't try to second guess anything, because it might be wrong. So, you know, sort of go, it's sort of saying that, you know, go with what's actually happening. And don't try to control everything, because nothing will come at this situation. Pisces, this is in your 9th house. So the water signs and the earth signs will really benefit from this. Obviously, Taurus might find it a bit of a but you know, all the water, most of the water signs and the earth signs benefit. So Pisces, this is in your 9th house. This is about your higher learning, your beliefs, learning, you know, learning skills, you know, teachers, gurus, people from faraway places. This is great to be setting intentions. Some of you may want to actually really start learning. Some of you may even come into contact with people from different, that look different to yourself, from a different background, or you know, this could be a lot of you wanting to like learn a new language. This is also to do with publishing. So if any of you Pisceans are writers or poets, really great time to be really doing this again, or restarting it, or finishing it. You have, you know, and also you have a lot of energies in your 3rd house. Okay, so anything that actually comes up here, Pisces, will actually benefit you. You know, your mind, I feel your mind's going to be on the learning, obviously, but it's time, it may be time for you to sort of like schedule in what you need to do. So if it's writing and, you know, learning and doing other things, it might be time to schedule, because you're going to, I feel a lot of you are going to be very busy. Scorpion energy gives you a bit of an intensity to really pursue your goals, so which is really good. I feel a lot of you are going to take it much more seriously as well. And remember, it's for the long run. It's for the long haul between now and the Scorpion full moon. Also, I see there's some energies that are connected to like your, you know, when it comes to like your relation, you know, your fun, creativity, children as well, in also in terms of like, you know, how you create. So anything that's from the womb, like fertility, that you're going to create, this a lot of these themes will actually come up as well. There could be conversations about your children. There could also be conversations about, you know, having fun in your partnership as well. This could also be to do with, you know, physical fitness too. So a lot of you might get this sort of sudden burst in energy to do this, which is actually really great. The card that you have is conclusions are within reach, and it's a full moon eclipse card. So there's anything that you don't need, Pisces, you can now dash them where, and, you know, really, you know, not look back and start again. I feel in a way that some of you are starting a bit fresh. Some of you are now starting like, you know, you sort of like, I can see clearly now that this is what I don't need. This is what I do need. Feels like a huge fresh start for a lot of you. And when it says conclusions are within reach, if some of you are actually finishing something, you can now set it out into this world. It's actually a really nice time for a lot of you Pisces to finish something, to begin something new. Aries, this is in your 8th house, okay? And this is a bit of an emotional time, because this is to do with, you know, Scorpion is the 8th house. It is to do with, you know, joint finances, sex, death, rebirth, transformation, taxes, inheritances. Great time to be setting intentions when it comes to like these themes, especially when it comes to like deep intimacy as well. And, you know, you have some energies that's connecting to like your, you know, you also have the, you know, Uranus is in your 2nd house. So there's a lot of money issues that could be going on. There could be some expenditures. There could be new bills that actually come in. So this new moon will give you a bigger chance to really settle any debts you have, or settle, you know, pay off any, you know, loans, or even pay off any like outstanding bills that happen. But also this will give you a nice time to be working on any type of creative skill that you have, which could actually bring in more money. So that's where I feel a lot of your mind will definitely be at. And other energies I feel to do with like the home, something to do with like the home situation could be going on too. So, you know, some of you may want to like be more at home, you know, be closer to like your family as well. I feel some of you may feel you have more energy when you're at home, when you're around people that you're close to. So, you know, really go there as well. And this is really great for you to really emote in your emotions, emote in your feelings as well. You have what you need to release. And that's something I just said. There's something that you need to release during this new moon. There's something like probably deep, personal, that some of you may decide to really just let something out of the bag, something you've been holding on to. You know, if you're in a relationship, your partner might be, oh, I had a feeling that this was coming out because you've been so busy. You know, you've not wanting to like really talk about things, and I feel that now's the time that you guys want to release. It's actually a waning moon, so this is actually a time for you, a lot of you, to really get serious and, you know, like I said, commit more to like your home and your family and your roots. And also, you know, when it comes to like your money and joint finances, really get really serious with this. Taurus, this is in your 7th house and Uranus is in your 1st. So there's lots of changes, a bit like Scorpio coming up. I feel this a lot of these changes could be physical for a lot of you Taurians. This could also be lots of changes in a relationship. This also could be a job. So anything that was hidden within a job, it's now going to be coming out. This could actually shock some of you. Some of you will not actually be surprised, but I feel that a lot of you might actually benefit. You know, if someone's trying to throw you under the bus, for instance, Taurus, it's going to go the other way. But I feel that this time, even though there's some crazy niggles that could be happening, a lot of it's going to be benefiting you in a lot of ways. And, you know, I feel that a lot of you, another theme, I feel a lot of you are going to be communicating a lot more. I feel that if you speak, you're going to be heard. And, you know, I feel that during this new moon, a lot of ideas will definitely come to you guys. Some of these ideas may be very, you might be holding these ideas like, you know, secretly. You know, some of you, I feel some of you actually are probably doing a lot of like writing work. This could be you writing like a journal, noting things down. So if it is time to like really bring things out, you have receipts. Okay, but also another sense, if you're doing any like media work, anything to do with like the internet, or if you are like working like writers or anything, I feel this is going to be a big theme that's happening as well. So great time to be setting intentions for something new in your relationship that can also, you know, benefit you too. So you have new moon in Aquarius. Bring love into this situation. So there's a lot of love. It can be a lot of, there's a lot, remember it's your 7th house, a bit like what happened to Scorpio, but it's about bringing love into the situation. So anything that happens, Taurus, bring love into it. You know, there's a saying, you know, kill people with kindness. Okay, so that's what I feel, because this is a new moon Aquarius card. So there can be some detachment in what some of you guys are doing, because there seems like a bit of a seriousness happening, but also there's a change that's happening. So whatever happens, Taurus, bring love into the situation. It's a brand new beginning for you. So Gemini, this is in your 6th house. Okay, it's great to be, you know, lots of the themes are, you know, setting intentions when it comes to like your daily habits and routines. Something needs to go for something to come in. Some of you may be seeking some type of peace and harmony. And, you know, you have Uranus, which is in your 12th house. So anything that comes up on a subconscious level that you need to change is really important for you to like really listen to it. Like your dreams are going to be important. There could be lots of changes that come behind the scenes that you guys may or may not even see. And you also have, I feel like there's some energies that actually happen, you know. So I feel like, yeah, definitely your dreams are going to be very important, but also this is a time of like undoing anything that's actually hindering you. There's things that you are not actually seeing that you may actually see now, and it could be a shock, or it could be, oh, you know, I saw this actually coming. But it's great in time to get in touch with, like, you know, your spirituality as well. But remember, it could actually change. Remember, this is a place that is going to be showing things that are going to be different and shocking on a quiet level. You also, other themes I also see for you is, you know, like money situations could be actually coming up as well. So some of you may be thinking more about your finances, more about how you're spending, more about how you are, you know, what you need to do to earn more money, or what you need to do to save. I feel a lot of these issues are definitely coming up too. And the card you have is your dreams need a practical plan. So the sixth house is about practicality, basically. And it's a full moon in Taurus card. So you may be dreaming up some stuff, and it may appear that it is feasible. It may appear that it can actually work, but it's actually not practical. So it's about getting back to the drawing board, about try to be down to earth as you can. Like I said, money issues I feel are coming up as well. So it's actually really great to be speaking to like a financial advisor, somebody to do the bank, or even like people that, you know, your friends, even like your parents as well, especially if you are really thinking really serious about your money, like drawing up like a plan. But also in general, this, your dreams need a practical plan. So any dreams that come up, because you got Uranus in your 12th, this is about the dreams. So some of the dreams could be very fleeting, some of them could actually stick, but it just needs practicality during this time. And also especially the sixth house action as well, this will actually give you a bit more groundedness too. Cancer. Cancer, this is in your fifth house. This is actually really great for you guys, for setting intentions for fun, creativity, you know, having, you know, with your children as well. This is about also physical fitness. This is also to do with, you know, really taking care of yourself, really, you know, making yourself a bit more beautiful now, Cancer. Okay, for some of you are going to be a bit more confident now, and you have the Uranus in your 11th house, a bit like Capricorn. So there's going to be some changes that happen. Some of you may decide that you may not want to be around certain people. You know, a group or organization could leave you, or you yourself could leave them. You could, I feel that some secrets could actually come out that may actually shock you. Some of you may even actually see it, but you just feel it, but you just needed to see it. This could come up. This could also be to do with money as well. This is also about your self-worth. This is also to do with, you know, how you are viewing yourself, how you're viewing yourself within your fun and creativity, how you are viewing yourself within a group and a relationship too. So look at it like that. Any changes that come up, look at it as how it could actually benefit you, not in a cold way, but in a way that, is it making you happy? Okay. The card that you have is balance spirituality with practicality, and it's a full moon in Pisces card. And this is actually really good for you, Cancers, because, you know, emotionally you could be really stirred up during this new moon, and it's great for a lot of you to be doing some spiritual work. You know, if it's because remember, Uranus is electricity, so it could make a lot of you feel quite jittery. Okay, like these changes are happening too fast within my group, or I left my friends and now I sort of regret it. It's great to be doing meditation, and it could also make you a bit more grounded as well. And the full moon in Pisces is a time of leaving, of endings. So something needs to end in order, and also when something does end, Cancer, it can make you feel a bit emotionally off balance. But it, you know, in order for your happiness, is very much essential. Okay. Leo, this is in your fourth house. Okay, so a lot of energies and setting intentions for anything to do with like the home, your roots, something to do with like your mother as well, moving in any way, fixing up your home, or even just connecting more or being around your family more. You have, you know, some energies that's in your 10th house of career. So there could be some changes within your career. Some of you may decide to change your career completely, or it may be forced on you. There could be issues to do with like bosses and, you know, superiors, even like your status. Something to do with that promotion could actually be coming up. Some of you could have been promised a promotion, it hasn't really come, and all of a sudden you get a promotion, or it could be the other way around. I feel this other energies are also connected to like when it comes to your spiritual work. Your spiritual work will actually help you during this time, and also when it comes to like your relationships. So listen to like the inner leanings that's happening. It could be speaking to you. You know, some of you may be daydreaming, and if you know you got this flash of eureka moment, this could actually help you balance. It can actually help enhance your creativity, but also could help enhance your spirituality as well. So listen to like the quiet voice within. You have a personal issue reaches resolution, and it's a full moon in Cancer card. And full moons are about leaving. So any issues that you have, whether it's a job or whether it's in the home, they reach a conclusion now. There may not have been some talking, things may have been glossed over, but now things are coming to a head. And it could be emotional. There could be a lot of emotional outbursts that happens. Sometimes these are actually really good in order to see people's feelings, but also this is really good for anything that was actually bubbling under the surface, and now things are actually spoken. So this could also be in your work as well, Leos, that, you know, some of you could have a heart-to-heart of your boss, the boss from hell, and now it's just like, actually you're all right, you know, now that I've actually spoken to you, you're actually all right. Or, you know, there might have been clashes within the home of how you want the house to look and your partner, or even if you got kids as well, and now you've actually sat down and spoke, you know, things are really hashed out. So I feel, you know, this card is saying, you know, during this new moon, you're going to have a lot of resolutions being cleared. Virgo, this is in your 3rd house. A lot of communication, okay, a lot of setting new intentions for you, like your learning, writing, speaking, also like your siblings, short distance as well. You have energies, you know, the Uranus opposition in your 9th house. This is about like how it comes to like your learning, higher learning, who you're learning with, your belief system. Your belief system can definitely change. It could come out of the blue, it could come as a bit of a shock. You can find out about someone who you've actually studied with, for instance, and, you know, there could be, some of you could decide that you want to start writing, you want to start publishing something. So there could be that as well. But, you know, like I said, earth signs are going to really benefit from this, especially you and Capricorn. So this is actually really great for a lot of you to be like learning something you've always wanted to learn, and the Scorpio energy is going to be giving you that huge push to be doing it. I feel some energy is also connected to like your friends. You know, your friends could, you know, like past friends or friends that you have. I feel that, you know, I feel a lot of you are going to gain lots of inspiration from them too. And also, you know, I feel that during this time, your goals and dreams are going to be, they're going to start feeling different. You're going to actually start doing things that you've actually always wanted to do, as in that you felt that you had to do in order to get ahead. I feel that you're going to be putting your personal dreams at the forefront during this time. And, you know, and I feel there's going to be a bit more structure that's going to be involved as well. The card you have is adjustments are required. You couldn't really make this up. So there's going to be a lot of adjusting going on. I feel that some of you, because these themes are coming up, that you're going to be doing things on a personal level when it comes to like your learning and speaking and communicating and writing. You're going to have to adjust to it because it can come out as a shock. It can come out of the bolt of a blue, like, oh my God, I'm actually doing this and I actually really enjoy it. As in suppose of, you know, I have to do it because that's what the person wants. So it's about adjusting. Adjustments are required. And Also, adjustments are required from people around you when it comes to like your friends as well, or people at work. You know, they're going to be seeing a different side to a lot of you Virgos that they never seen. So they're going to have to adjust as well. So adjustments all around. Last but not least, we have Libra. And Libra, this is in your second house. Okay, and you know, this is a money situation for a lot of you Libra, and this is a great time to set new intentions when it comes to like savings, bonds, the bank, your self-worth, what you're eating as well, what type of creativity you're doing. Some of you could be spending a lot. It's come up to Christmas, lots of spending going on, but then it actually messes up your joint finances. So it's about two heads coming together to really sort out things when it comes to your finances. Or some of you could be concentrating so much on finances that your sex life takes a bit of a back seat. Okay, so I feel that some of you may be thinking that there's balance within your finances, but there's something missing. So this is definitely about communicating your fears that come up, because there can be some sudden fears that come up, paranoia. Communicate with your partner. Also, like I said, have lots and lots of fun. Okay, have lots and lots of fun, because it can help release tension. Another theme that I've seen, that your career is going to be taking a huge emphasis as well. A lot of you are going to be really focusing on your career, like your future goals, your dreams. There could be some conversations with bosses as well. There could be a promotion that comes up. But I feel a lot of you are really like taking your career extremely seriously now. And you've got Saturn, which is in your 5th house, even though it is squaring the moon. Looking at what type of creative skills that you have as well. Also having fun with your friends, having fun in creativity, having fun with your kids. Your kids could lighten the load as well. They could be, oh, mommy, daddy, look what I did, and what they draw, and it can inspire you to be a bit more creative. This could also be a really great time for a lot of you to do something a bit outside the box as well. I feel there's some tension that's going to be happening to a lot of you Libras, because money may not be, you may not be feeling you have enough money, even if you are joining finances together. So it's good to be thinking about what your career to be, how you want it to be between now and 6 months time, but also when it comes to like what creative skills you have too. You have a time for healing. It's a balsamic moon, and this is a time to sort of go within. Okay, for a lot of you Librans, really have some like quiet time within your mind. And it's a time, when it says time for healing, like healing what was lost, healing what was healing a part of yourself that you're hiding. It's time to bring it out, because this could actually bring some healing for you. The 8th house, the opposition to the 8th house is transformative house. Okay, so things are going to be brought up that you guys may feel uncomfortable in, but it's a time, it will actually heal you, and you'll feel more relieved for it. Okay, so that was Libra, and that was, guys, the Scorpion New Moon, which is happening the 4th of November. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And feel free to let me know how the Scorpio New Moon went for you. And yeah, thank you very much, guys, for listening. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.